You are welcome to the Messiah Revelation Ministry. We are a prophetic end time ministry, and today we are looking at events and end time players, and we are looking at the signs of the end of the age. And we are here to tell you that the time for the arrival of the Messiah is sooner than you think. I was watching a video, and the presenter is Kim Everson. I'm attaching the video in the description box. And in that video, um, the president of America is discussed in the video. The ambassador, America's ambassador to Israel, made a comment, and the comment is that God spared the life of President Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. You know what happened to him July 2024. And the Lord spared his life so that he would be the most consequential president in America's history. A statement made by Ambassador Mike Huckabee, America's ambassador to Israel. And that statement is in relation to the President Trump's role in the war between Israel and Iran. So, a prophetic question: is President Trump the most consequential president in American history, as suggested by Ambassador Mark Huckabee, America's ambassador to Israel? And I will agree with the ambassador that President Trump is the most consequential president in American history, and I will give my prophetic reasons. Number one, July 20th, 2018, the Lord gave me a vision, and in that vision, I saw President Trump. Then he was the 45th president. He was signing a document, and the document is the real world order, and I interpret it to be the new world order. I already made a video about it, and so in that respect, President Trump is the most consequential president of the United States, having signed a document, the new world order. Of course, that is preparing the stage for the Antichrist. November 2024, I saw a vision. In that vision, I saw Elon Musk, and I saw him distributing some codes that went to people on their phone, on their cell phones. And I woke up from the vision. There were other visions that I saw about Elon Musk. I was surprised because I've not met him personally. Why would the Lord give me a vision about Elon Musk? The richest man in the world and a symbol of technology. And my interpretation is that the new world order is in stage, and technology is going to be integral to the new world order, particularly artificial intelligence. And so the Lord symbolically was showing me the end time characters. And so the link between President Trump and Elon Musk prophetically is important, because it was President Trump who I saw in a vision on July 20th, 2018, signing the New World Order. And it's not good at all. There seems to be a break between President Trump and Elon Musk. And that probably will give the impression that they are no longer together. But when you see a president of America, the most consequential president in American history, aligning with Elon Musk, a symbol of technology, artificial intelligence, You have to be prophetically awakened. They are end time characters. And when we are talking about their alliance or a break in their alliance, I will just read on the record Matthew 24, verse 4. And Jesus said unto them, of course, Jesus was speaking when he was talking about the signs of the end of the age. Jesus was responding to questions: what will be evidence of the signs of your coming? And he said in Matthew 24, verse 4, and Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. And so here we are talking about deception. Don't let any person deceive you, whether he's a president, whether he's a prime minister, whether he's a pastor, and whether he is an angel, any angel. Don't let even an angel deceive you, because Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. And so Trump is not an ordinary person. President Trump is not an ordinary person. I have received visions about him more than any president of the United States. In that respect, President Trump is the most consequential president of the United States. And in 2024, on 5 occasions, I received visions about President Trump indicating that he will be the president of the United States in 2025. Of course, in January 2024, I received a vision where I saw President Trump performing presidential functions even though he was not yet president of the United States. So prophetic answer to Ambassador Mike Huckabee's statement that President Trump is the most consequential president in American history, I would say yes, because he's spiritually tall. However, I have to remind you in red ink that he is the one I saw in a vision July 20th, 2018, signing the real world order, the new world order. Don't let any man deceive you. Matthew 24, verse 4. And the next thing that we are going to talk about is an event, and that event is the war between Israel and Iran. And what is the prophetic implications of the war? And here I'll start reminding you of a vision that I saw in March 2017. In that vision, I saw a TV screen and I saw the words tribulation and rapture. And I also heard the names Saint Luke and Apostle Paul. And I woke up from the vision, March 2017. Significantly, that vision was given to me when President Trump was president of the United States at that time. So what are the prophetic significance of the war between Israel and Iran? Number one, you consider Israel as a proxy for NATO, a proxy for the United States, and a proxy for the West. And so that war is not a war between Israel and Iran, it's a war between Iran and United States. And of course, you know, Iran also has allies. And spiritually, when you hear about a war, particularly a war waged by America against a Muslim nation or against an Arab nation, you have to look at the spiritual implications, because we wrestle not with flesh and blood. We wrestle against principalities and powers, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And some of the spiritual wickedness. They can be in high places, being in the offices of kings and queens, prime ministers and presidents. And I refer you to a book written by Peter Lavender, um, talking about um, America, a grimoire of political witchcraft. He's talking about sinister forces in America. And in his book, he concluded that wars are waged, and they are waged to pacify the gods that rule the nations. And they are gods ruling nations. And you have to remember that nations wage war to satisfy their gods, and they even wage war so that they can get more blood to satisfy their gods. Of course, Lucifer is the God ruling this world. And John 14, verse 30, he's the prince of this world. And he has assigned responsibilities to his lieutenants and generals who are occupying places, including presidential positions. And you have to be aware that in America, a lot of their presidents have been members of the Mason. And you have to remember that a Freemason president, Harry Truman, was instrumental alongside with Lord Balfour and the Rothschild family in establishing a state in Israel in 1948, purporting to be the state belonging to the chosen of God. And you have to remember that all that glitters is not gold. And so war is being waged in the name of God, and war is being waged in the name of the chosen of God. The two questions: whose God is instigating the war, and whose people are um, the world powers fighting on behalf? Are they fighting on behalf of God? Are they protecting the chosen of God? Of course, the assumption is that the 1948 state represents true Israel, but by revelation and even by scriptures, Isaiah 11:11, the chosen of God are scattered over the world. They are not yet gathered. And Isaiah 11, verse 10 to 12 shows that the one who is going to gather the true chosen of God is Yeshua Messiah, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. And so evangelicals, particularly American evangelicals, you need to be very careful, because you cannot instigate a war that is not of God. And if that war is not of God, you will face your judgment, because Revelation 22, verse 15 shows that those who tell lies, they will not enter the kingdom of heaven. And so the implication of the war between Israel and Iran is that it is a war that prophetically is very significant. Like any other war, we are at a time when the rulers of this world, I'm talking about the military industrial intelligence complex that rules the world, including United States, they are ready to test their weapons, including the mother of all bombs. Of course, they want to unleash mayhem. They want to unleash murder comparable to the time of Noah, where violence in the world resulted in the world being destroyed with a flood. The Lord created the universe. It is not America who created the universe. It is not the presidents and the kings who created the universe. The one who created the universe is Elohim, the Ancient of Days. He will not sit down for the rulers of the world, the kings of this world, Luciferian princes and presidents, to destroy the world. He will not allow any religious leaders, any political figures, any rich men, any companies, any military force to destroy the world. The Lord will save the world, and He will save the ones that are His chosen people. It's the Lord who knows who the chosen of God are, the saints of God, the children of God. The Lord knows them, and He will save them. And so that is my prophetic discussion on the Israeli-Iranian war, a war that is being fought in the name of God, but whose God are you fighting the war for? In whose God? Who is your God? And when did the Lord tell you to fight that war? And what benefit are you going to gain from that war? Are you fighting a war on God's behalf? And for what purpose are you fighting the war? Are you fighting the war so that prophecy can be fulfilled? Are you doing God's work for Him? Because God is not able to fulfill His own prophecy. And that is a warning. There's a warning to, particularly to the evangelicals, those who are cheering their president to enter a war, and those who are cheering from either side, from both Iran and from Israel, to cause mayhem that will lead to genocide. And my prophetic uh, commentary about the Iranian-Israeli war, or the Israeli-Iranian war, that it is a ratchable event that should be taken into consideration, particularly in reference to the vision that I saw in March 2017, a vision about tribulation and rapture. In that vision, I had the impression that the tribulation and rapture will come, and it will come after a major event has happened in the world. And the Iranian war, the Israeli war, is a major event, and it could be a rapturable event, an event that could trigger the rapture. So in that respect, I agree with the evangelicals who are expecting the rapture. And the reason why I agree with them is that the war in the Middle East, the Israeli war with Iran, it is happening at the time of the sounding of the Final Trumpet of Heaven. And so I encourage you to repent, to seek the Lord when He is near. He's coming, the Messiah is coming very soon, and is based upon a vision that I received on August 27, 2013, in a vision where I saw someone behind me, and he commanded me to look for the angel who sounded the seventh trumpet. And you can read about the seventh trumpet in the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 15. You are warned. Don't let anyone deceive you. Matthew 24, verse 4. You are warned. The Messiah is coming on the clouds of heaven. Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. You are warned. There's no name in heaven or on earth that you can get salvation from, and except the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, Messiah. And so this warning about the coming of the Messiah and the warning about your own salvation is very critical, because the events in the Middle East, Iran and Israel, they are unfolding at the time when the final trumpet of heaven has sounded, based on a vision I saw on August 27, 2013. And you are warned. You are warned again. Don't let any man or woman deceive you. Of course, President Trump is the most consequential president in America's history, but he's the one that I saw in a vision on July 20th, 2018, signing the New World Order. And the New World Order is the stage prepared for the man of sin, the son of perdition, the man of lawlessness, the Antichrist. They are fighting a war, and the question we ask is, whose war are they fighting? And they have to do that because prophecy has to be fulfilled. The prophecy in Luke 21:24 has to be fulfilled because Jerusalem will be trodden down of Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are up. And that is my message for you as we are talking about the signs of the age. And when you see the prophetic characters, Donald Trump, President of America, when you see Elon Musk, the master of technology, the richest man in the world, and when you see them coming together, and when you see the evangelicals in America cheering for war and bombs, these are the signs of the age. And when you know that all those things are happening, because by revelation given to me on August 27, 2013, the final trumpet of heaven has sounded. It is the trumpet of judgment. You need to prepare yourself. If you have not accepted Yeshua to be your savior, today is the day for you. My email is raptureafrica at yahoo.com. Leaving it in the description box. Thank you very much.